everybody, welcome back to Clara's News Channel. So glad you decided to join me and see what I am putting up for discussion today. I found two really good articles that are dealing with two of the things I am fearing the most here of late. One is the new, that the Supreme Court is coming to the end of their session. And the case for Donald Trump's immunity, they're going to rule on that soon. I know the news media is on high alert, watching the court, waiting for this decision to come out. And we all know who we're dealing with when we're dealing with the Supreme Court. We're dealing with a very corrupt body of judges. And I'm nervous about it. I am. Uh, I found an article in the dailybeast.com and we'll discuss that. And the second thing that I am nervous about, and I found an article and I'm putting up for discussion, is Roger Stone recently confessed on tape. He didn't know he was being recorded of their plans to pull the same shenanigans that in this election that they did in the last election. But they have learned from their mistakes and they are going to co-opt judges this time. And that's scary to me. Even if Biden wins, you still going to have to fight these idiots. And these courts like Eileen Cannon, like judges like that. Like these corrupt 4 judges on the Supreme Court that he put on there. And if he is elected, he'll probably get 2 more picks. In my previous video, I talked about President Biden bringing that up at that fundraiser in California. We're living in some scary times. This is scary, and people are going about their life. Do 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 do. I'm not voting. I'm not voting. Come on now. It's as if they don't understand what's at stake. And that is another reason why I started this channel. To try to talk to people, you know, like me, that might be feeling the same feelings that I'm feeling here. All right, let's get into our first article and then we'll discuss, okay? This one is Daily Beast and its title is what is the title? Supreme Court sends an ominous sign. Uh, and so let's read. It says there are just a few days left in the law term and a huge Trump ruling still to come. With just a few days left in the law term and more than 20 rulings still to be issued, the Supreme Court once again America left Americans on tenterhooks Thursday when it released just 4 opinions, not including the most eagerly awaited. The justices, 3 of whom was appointed by Donald Trump, I was thinking it was 4, are still weighing Trump's bid to be granted king-like immunity, shielding him from prosecution for his role in an attempted coup on January 6, 2021. Each day that passes without a ruling sets prosecutors back in their efforts to put the former president on trial in D.C.'s federal court for 4 election subversion related charges before November's election. But the delay also suggests that there is something rotten within the court. Leah Littman, a former clerk of the to the Supreme Court, Justice Anthony Kennedy wrote in the New York Times on Wednesday. New York Times on Wednesday. The justices were completing decisions at the second lowest rate since the 1946 term, the Wall Street Journal recently reported, and yet they seem to have issued quick rulings in cases that benefit Republicans, Littman noticed. What, what's more, What's more, Trump's argument in the immunity case was so outlandish that it should have been dispatched quickly, she wrote. His lawyers made a deranged claim that his time in the White House made him untouchable, even if he were to go so far as to assassinate political rivals. And they offered a nonsensical interpretation of the Constitution, claiming that it requires an impeachment before there can be a criminal prosecution. What do y'all think? I have zero confidence in this court. Alito, and what I want to say, Roberts is the head of the court, but Alito leads the court. He those Roberts used to. He was uber conservative, but he did save Obamacare. He did, and it's other little, you know, judgments on cases that his vote really mattered, and he crossed over and voted with the liberal judges. But since Trump put those other three on there, I thought it was four. Those other three on there, and it is so skewed to the conservative side. We have lost a lot. And I just don't know how this is going to go. It's the confidence in the court is so low that even if someone goes in there with a nonsensical argument like Trump's lawyers did, you still sit back and say, I don't know which way it's going to go. They're just that corrupt. They're just that corrupt that you don't know which way to go. You don't even look for justice anymore. You don't look for anything like that anymore when you go to the Supreme Court. When you take anything to the Supreme Court. And that is so sad to me. And I'm scared. But we will be back to discuss because I'm sure it'll probably come down tomorrow because they always do it on a Friday. We'll be holding my breath. Tell me what you're thinking in the comments. All right, let's go to the second one. And this is about Trump. It says, I found this in independent.com, and it said Trump left red face in Virginia after MAGA candidate fails to grab decisive win. Stuff like this happens, it gives me a little hope. I get a little joy in my heart because maybe some Republicans are not married to Trump or married to the Republican Party. So married to him that they're willing to go along with this crazy nonsense that the Republican Party has turned into. I would be ashamed to call myself a Republican. If, I'm a Democrat, but if my party acted as that party has acted, so anti democratic, anti democracy, cultish craziness, I would be ashamed to say I was a Republican. It is crazy. Let's read a little into this. Donald Trump's revenge tour hit a snag in Virginia on Tuesday night during the state primary. The former president had endorsed retired SEAL John uh, McGuire, a GOP state senator, and a challenger to the incumbent Bob Good after he admitted to irredeemable sin of backing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in the Republican presidential primary. So that was his big sin. He did, he instead of backing Trump at first, he backed Ron DeSantis. And so Trump is the pettiest. I won't say the rest of it. This is my mom's channel, so she would tell me to watch my mouth. Let's go on. Both Virginians had jousted for Trump's approval and, in a scene worthy of sitcom, showed up to Trump's hush money trial on the same day in New York City last month in an attempt to gain it. Now, you going to a criminal trial of somebody who's been convicted of 34 felonies to get an endorsement. This is how low the Republicans have gone. They are dragging us to hell as a country. They are dragging us to hell. As of Wednesday morning, things wasn't looking great for MAGA candidate. McGuire had only a 309 vote lead, and the race remained too close to call. Hardly a kind of blowout that Trump-backed candidates should enjoy, especially in an area with tons of rural, deep red pockets. Its surprising outcome, as its odds had seemed stacked against Good. Not only was Trump against him, but so was his former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, who Political Action Committee gave $10,000 to McGuire. That money was uh, payback for Good joining Matt Gaetz and six other Republicans in kicking out McCarthy and the Speaker back as Speaker back in October. They tell me that politics have been this bad before. I mean, they killed Lincoln. So maybe it has been this bad before. And maybe it only seems this bad because we're actually living through it. But it's pretty bad. The Republican Party is dragging us to hell. But then I get a little hope that against all odds, this man put up a really good fight against the MAGA. But he wanted to be he wanted the the endorsement. He wanted it. He showed up to a criminal trial of a criminal in order to get his endorsement, but he just didn't get it. So it's not like he's some hero and he's better or anything like that. But um at least he uh, no, he's not much better, is he? But at least he denied it. Maybe he'll deny Trump a win. The whole Republican Party is so transactional. It's nothing about the country. Nothing. It's all about them and winning. When the Republican was in power they had the presidency, they had the president's office, they had the House and the Senate, and they failed to do anything with it. They have no ideas. Only thing they want to do is to destroy the system. I mean, Bannon preaches it all the time. He wants to destroy our country, tear it all down. Anyway, y'all tell me what you think about this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. I mean, it's good that the Trump backed candidate, is having problems, clinching the win. So, because there's some people out there don't want to support Trump, but he is pretty much like the one that's, had the 309 votes. Um, what is his name? McGuire? Yeah, his name is uh, McGuire, and the one that like I said, both of them wanted Trump's endorsement, but because Good endorsed um, Ron DeSantis and hooked his wagon on Ron DeSantis, Trump wanted to punish him and would not give him his endorsement. So it's all neither here that they all are from the same cloth. Mm. Anyway, uh, all right, y'all. Those are my two stories for today. Things that are bothering me, things that are I don't know how to feel about. You tell me. You tell me how you feel. Let's get the debate going in the comments, okay? And I will read the comments and be really interested in what you have to say about these two stories, especially the Supreme Court. We'll be revisiting that one because probably tomorrow, because that decision is probably going to come down tomorrow. It's going to come down on a Friday. They always do that. And I don't know how true this is, and I didn't look it up, but they said that they had put the barriers up at around the Supreme Court. If they have, what do you think that means? They are ruling in favor of Trump. If they rule in the favor of Trump, of having total immunity in office, when you're in office or you're the president, we are in deep doo doo as a country. We are in trouble. All right, everybody. Politics is not easy, but my mom, she loved it. And but it's not easy in it. What they used to say, politics is not handball. It definitely is not. It is not handball. All right, y'all. See you later. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Bye.